Something's fishy.
Hey guys, I'm SharkZone, and in today's video I'll be talking about the best top lane champs to master one trick in hard carry coming into season 9. These champs are just overall playing really well into the meta, and I don't think this list will change for a while. So let's go over our honorable mentions, who are Garen and Riven. Garen is a great split pusher and duelist, but the only reason why he isn't on this list is because he doesn't compare with the others when it comes to team fights and how he gets kited so easily. Riven is here because she's a really good overall top laner that can split push, duel, and team fight well, but there are just better options right now. Let's start this list by talking about YASUO in our number 5 spot. YASUO is here on this list because if he gets ahead in the early game, you can actually solo carry with his ability to go 100% crit and still do a decent amount of damage regardless if he goes bruiser. The reason why he's not higher on this list is because it's harder to get ahead with him in the early game, but it's not impossible. He scales pretty well into the game, but if left behind, he becomes completely useless. People higher up on this list can 1v1 him easily, and he pretty much becomes useless when he loses. Number 4 on this list is Aatrox, with him being able to do insane amounts of damage and carry in the early to mid game. His laning phase is extremely strong, with him using no mana and how he can spam his abilities to combo you up in a CC chain to your death. He is a great split pusher, duelist, and team fighter that is heavily early game focused. In our number 3 spot, we have Jax because of how powerful he scales into the late game and is close to the number 1 duelist in the game. With just Triforce and his passive, he can take down towers quickly and shred tanks to 100 to 0. Regardless if he loses the early game, he can come back easily into the game with him scaling with 1 to 3 items so well. If he does get ahead in the early game, it's not hard for him to control the game through a split push or grouping with his team because of his ult making him tanky enough for team fights. If you really wanted, you could roam easily with him because of his E-stun being so good with his Q. Number 2 on our list is DARIUS because of how he can win the laning phase so easily and stop all melee matchups because of his passive. His Q gives him a bit of long range poke, and it's easy for him to harass the enemy under tower. With his passive, no one in the game can do long trades with him because after he puts the 6 stacks on you, he starts dealing true damage that's unbeatable. The reason why he's not number 1 is because he could get kited, but you could counter that really easily with a bunch of movement speed. Number 1 on our list is, as expected, Aurelia because of how she's the best overall champion for carrying games in the top lane. She has an extremely strong laning phase, and once ahead, she can AoE stun the whole enemy team and disarm them. She is a mix of damage and tank, plus her items fit her perfectly, and she scales really well into the mid game. She barely has any hard matchups if any, and counters a lot of the other top laners even on this list. She could do crazy outplays with her Q dash and 1v2 easily in the side lanes. Anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please smash that like button because it really helps me out a lot. Comment if you played any of these champions before, and subscribe to see more like this in the future. I'm SharkZone here with another video, and I'm out. Peace.